Yo guys, what is going on? JPS back with another video, and today we're going to be reacting to secrets of the UK's poshest private school. There's been a lot of controversy regarding private versus public schools in the United Kingdom, and I just thought this would be cool to check out. It's a little podcast thing. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, check out my Patreon, link in the description, and let's get right into it. Let's learn some of these secrets.
At school was like there was a little.
Max, come on.
The main thing we did at school was
bums. Now, Max, you're obviously quite a well-spoken chappie. I read an interview in which you stated that you went to the most exclusive private school in the world. Or one thereof.
One of, yeah, definitely. I went to Harrow School.
Right.
In the UK. Harrow and Eton are kind of obviously in the UK seen as...
He says obviously. I was going to say, to give you an idea of how scummy we are, never heard of it.
Okay.
I haven't, no.
Okay, right. You've heard of Eton.
Yeah.
So Harrow is...
Eton Mess.
It is a bit of a...
Eton Park in Norwich.
It's different things.
So Harrow School is a place. It's in Harrow on the hill. It's got its own. It's in its own little like village almost. It and Eton have been kind of. I'm not going to say it is, but have been running alongside as one of the oldest like private schools in the UK. Like Eton was founded in like 1200, something ridiculous.
Wow.
Not right. And Harrow is not long after.
Right.
And it's where Winston Churchill went to school.
Harrow?
Yeah, Harrow. Yeah.
Oh,
Winston
mad.
Churchill was there. We have to wear straw boaters. We have to wear almost black tie every Sunday for chapel. You live in boarding houses of 70 boys, and there's like 13 boarding houses. You do everything. You live there for kind of a month at a time, then go home for a weekend, then come back.
What?
Like it's pretty mad.
I'm just shocked that you went on a Sunday.
No, it was your boarding. So like you are there.
Oh.
You are there all the time. So you get dropped off at the beginning of term, and you have 3 weeks at school. Then you get an exeat, which is a weekend at home. So I was lucky. I lived about 45 minutes from the school, so my mum came pick me up, went home for the weekend, and then you did that, and then another 3 weeks, half term, 3 weeks, weekend. So you only went home like once a month, really. And you lived in school the whole time.
That's
You
crazy.
had school on Saturdays. Yeah.
So every day you had something you had to do?
Yeah, every day. Basically your whole time is structured, the whole time. Because obviously if you just get kind of teenage boys all together and they're not doing something, like there's all sort of like, I don't know, fights happen or, I don't know. I can't imagine what a fight would look like at Harrow. This is the thing, like, and
Someone's slapping someone with a glove.
Yeah, do they call it a game of fisticuffs?
This is the thing, like obviously I was in a very, very privileged position to be able to go to this school, but the school is not like what you would imagine one of these schools to be. Like, yes, we wear ridiculous outfits and we look like idiots.
Yeah.
But in terms of like tally-ho chap, how you doing? Nice to see you. That doesn't really happen. No one really talks like that. Everyone kind of talks like me, which is, I am posh. I sound posh.
Yeah.
But it's not like the uber kind of posh that you kind of imagine.
Oh, right.
So yeah.
What is a straw boater?
So a boater is it's a hat. Good start. And if you can imagine what the guys in Venice wear when they're punting down the river, it goes round all the time, and it's got a little bit.
I think Fiona is now going to Google a straw boater hat.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, there we
Oh,
go.
one of those.
Type in straw boater Harrow.
Oh, here we go. Exclusives.
Yeah, so there we go.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
That looks terrible.
He was in my boarding house, that bloke.
Was he really?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
That's mental.
So every day, so we would have obviously like here we go. It's a PowerPoint now.
This is the first ever presentation we've had live on Happy Hour.
This was my year. I know those guys there.
That's so
You
funny.
would live in boarding houses, and you would go from classroom to classroom, which are in different buildings, and you obviously have to walk on the street, and you'd have to wear your boater. Whenever you're out in public, you wear your boater. If you walk past a teacher who's walking the other way, you tip your hat.
That's so
them.
dumb.
If it's a female teacher, you almost take off your cap to say good afternoon or good morning. Lived in a boarding house. And then so we'd have on Wednesdays and Fridays, we had lessons until 1 o'clock, and then after that you played sport all afternoon. So that's why we had Saturday school, because we missed out on Wednesdays and Fridays.
Oh, surely you'd just be thinking, give us Saturday off, and we'll just go right through on the Wednesday and Friday.
No. So Saturday school's up till 1 o'clock, and then you play sport matches in the afternoon, and then Sunday at 11 is chapel.
Oh,
And then
wow.
you normally play sport again in the afternoon. So.
What do you do on evenings?
So evenings you'd have dinner, and then you'd go back to your boarding house where they would sign you in, just check whether you were back in the house. Didn't do a runner, and then you'd have prep for 2 hours. You'd sit in your room, and you would do your homework for the day, and then you'd had an hour after prep, and then it was bedtime.
Oh my word. That's sorry, but that sounds like fucking hell.
It was and it wasn't. I didn't know anything, and I didn't know any better. Like,
Yeah.
I had been.
That's kind of a
in
regular
primary
schedule
school, and
anyways.
I went to Harrow at the age of 13.
Right.
And so we're suddenly put in this environment, and you kind of have to adapt really quickly because although like there are great opportunities that Harrow presented me, there were also some downsides. Like having 70 boys aged between 13 and 18 in a boarding house living with each other, literally side by side, for 3 weeks. There's going to be some problems.
Yeah.
Like, there's going to be like arguments, disagreements. So there's a few of that you learn quite quickly what to do, what not to do. My dad had been to the school like 30, 40 years earlier. My dad was a really, really good sportsman. He played for the kind of young England team in cricket and and rugby as well. And so everyone knew who my dad was, all the teachers.
Oh wow.
When I first got there, like, oh, Fosh, are you Matthew's son? I was like, yeah. And so there was always almost an expectation for me to go there and to be this like sporting god.
Yeah.
That my dad had been at this school that everyone had spoken about.
And are you?
No.
A disappointment.
And so I was okay at cricket, so I managed to get into the first team for cricket, and it was very much like an American high school. If you're in one of the sports teams, you are ipso facto cool.
Right.
So I managed to get away with being part of the cool group, even though I didn't really get on with them. And
Right.
like, I haven't spoken to any of my mates from school afterwards. Like none of my mates I've got from school. I've only
Really?
got 2 friends of mine from Harrow.
I'm going to ask you some very quick fire kind of council estate questions and see.
This is going to be clipped, and I'm going to live with this for years.
What is a council estate
Well,
question?
they're not. But I was born on it.
All right, hold on. What I got to say so far is this. I think it's called the Happy Hour podcast. This is pretty entertaining. I like this a lot.
Clipped, and I'm going to
was
live
gonna
with
say-
this for years.
What is a council estate
Well,
question?
they're not. But I was born on it. I was born and raised on a council estate, and I just want to see how Max's mind works. So, if you don't mind, have you ever found porn in a park bush?
Not in a park bush. I found it in a park.
No, but not in the bush.
Yeah.
Where was the park?
At school.
Oh, bloody hell.
There you go.
Oh, what are we talking? Magazine?
Yeah, magazine is almost like this like weird drug deal, but with nuts. So you would. This isn't going to make me sound any better, but my school had a golf course.
Right. Okay.
Obviously.
Yeah.
They all
Of
do.
course.
And so there were benches around there, and so boys would kind of like drop off magazines, and you'd go pick them up.
Really?
So
See, that's not too dissimilar to how we did it, but
hey, 14-year-old boys are 14-year-old boys.
that's true. We found a dildo once.
I didn't find any of that.
I took it home and my auntie made. I was very young.
Okay.
I will say, and my auntie made me disinfect my hands and put it in the bin.
Good auntie.
Have you ever played? There's 4 games here. We'll go through them quickly. Have you ever played rebounds?
Yeah, that's like kicking a ball against a wall, isn't it?
Yep.
Pretty self-explanatory, yeah?
Wembley singles.
Yeah, that's like.
I'm falling in love with you slowly. Dog's ass.
No, I've never played dog's arse.
You've never played Dog's Ass?
I'm sure I've got a different name for it.
Well, it's
but what is
the
it?
so when you play a game like Wembley Singles or Headers and Volleys,
Yeah, Edin's a great game.
the loser of that game gets the ball booted at their arse.
Oh yeah, we call it bums.
Oh.
That's a way posher way of saying it.
Yeah.
Anyone up for a game of bums? Oh, actually, no,
I'm
that's-
I'm sure there's a private school joke in there
There
somewhere,
is.
but
Someone's gonna rack it in the comments.
I will not stoop that low.
No, yeah, there's exactly the same thing. But that's actually the main thing that we used to do at school. It's like there was a little.
Max, come on.
The main thing we did at
You
school
sure
was
is bums.
and it was going so well.
Kirby.
Yeah, I know what that is, but I've never played it.
Okay.
Such a good game.
Did you ever have a tag?
What?
I get like a
Oh, I thought you meant
what,
like prison.
an
like,
electronic tag.
no, he means a graffiti tag.
I didn't have a graffiti tag.
But you did have an electronic prison tag.
No comment.
It was like an instant.
I put a dildo in a bush.
Let's just say somebody didn't want to play bums.
Oh my god.
and scene.
Cut it there.
What was it? Well, I've lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, my tag. Thanks for asking. Was called
That's what I'm here for.
was called New Craze
What?
because I thought I was going to be the new craze.
original.
Wow.
Yeah, and then Jackmate was born, so I very much was in a way. What are some nicknames of people you grew up with?
Oh, the people I grew up with.
Because like I imagine like Council Estate, it's going to be like
Yeah, what did you? I had Bubsy, good friend.
Bubsy. We had Rolo,
Walshy.
Swampy.
It was literally just last names. So I was just Fosh, Foshy, and then like obviously just like Posh, Fish,
Posh.
Fingers.
What?
That was not after a particular incident at the school disco that may I add. No, it was just literally just people's last names.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had that. I always found that anyone called Lewis or Louis, you just called them by the last name. Wellham, Moore, just people I know now. Kennedy,
Yeah. Walshy was a Lewis.
Louis Walsh.
That was why they
Oh,
called
I
him
thought
that.
you meant Louis Walsh. I was like, do people call him Walshy?
His name was Lewis Wiseman Ty, but
That's quite tricky.
Yeah.
so people just started calling him Walshy because of Louis Walsh, which was, I don't know how nicknames come about. No one ever called me my surname because you'd just be calling me White all the time, and that was quite weird.
Yeah.
I get called though. I found that I get called my full name. So some people just get called Stevie or Jack. But I'm always Max Fosh.
I think that's because both of your names are one syllable.
Yeah.
Because I get called Jack Dean a lot.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, so Jack Dean, Max.
But I
Fosh.
think Jackmate's taken that away from you.
Yeah, a little
So,
bit. Yeah.
yeah.
'Cause people get rid of, like, you know, like people who are too cool to like your YouTube videos. Like my football mates will be like, they won't claim to watch them or anything, and they'll go, oh Jack mate, and then they go, oh I don't mean like Jack mate. They get really embarrassed by it.
That's quite strange. Thinking about it, I've never once said just your first name. Every time
Max
I've
Fosh.
spoken,
Max
yeah,
Fosh.
I've always said Max Fosh.
Yeah. It's like a superhero's name. It's quite good.
Apparently at university there was a guy who saw my name on a list and thought, I want to be friends with that guy. That's a great name. So I thought, oh, that works.
That's the only reason we got you in. You know.
That guy's now my flatmate. So,
Oh wow!
That's how it works.
So it works.
Wow. What song defines your teenage years?
Tinchy Strider.
What?
Or N-Dubs. There was a lot of N-Dubs, Tinchy Strider.
Number one.
Number one. Hangover by Tayo Cruz. Oh, what a belter that was.
Bloody hell!
Here's one. Lil Wayne and Millie. When I first
Very
heard
good.
that, I thought the iPod was broken because he goes and Millie,
And
and Millie,
Millie,
and Millie,
and
and Millie,
Oh,
Millie, Millie.
God.
And I was like, are you?
These are not the songs we expected.
No.
What were you expecting me to say? Like God Save
Well,
England
in
Jerusalem.
Mine would
Yeah.
be. Mine would probably be. Panic at the Disco. I write Sins, Not Tragedies.
I think the obvious is
Great song.
The Killers, Mr. Brightside.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that.
But because I feel like the ones you named, like N-Dubs and that, like I think N-Dubs are like a bunch of cringe bags, really. And I feel like that's like, not slacking you off, but like that's what like a posh person would be like. Yeah, no, I like bloody N-Dubs. Like that would be the.
So that's why he's actually said it. Well, Lil Wayne.
Yeah, he's never heard it.
Who are these people?
Little Wayne.
That was pretty funny. All right. Those were some secrets of the UK's poshest private school. If you guys want me to do more school-related content, I would definitely be interested into that because that is a kingdom we have not delved into at all, really, on this channel. And I know it's such an important part in, you know, the lives of the people in the UK. I mean, I literally, when I searched up private school, the first thing that came up was should we ban private schools in the UK, and all types of controversies. So just let me know in the comments any suggestions you have. You can link videos, you can name titles of videos, whatever you want. And yeah, make sure you hit that like button, hit subscribe, and I will catch you in the next video. Peace.